Hello students, we are going to discuss the module 3 of the radar engineering. The module 3 it is moving target indicator. Moving target indicator we call that as a MTI and pulse Doppler radar. Now we come to the introduction part of the Doppler and the MTI radar. Okay. So here in the real time radar we are going to receive the noise along with the echo signal. Okay. Here we are going to receive the noise along with the echo signal. The noise is nothing but unwanted signal. That is, it may be coming from the sea, or it is coming from the ground, or it is coming from the buildings. We call that as a stationary noise signals. And echo signal is nothing but it is information of the target signal. Information of the target signal is nothing but it is a moving target. Here we are going to discuss about the signal of echo signal that is added with the noise signal. Noise signal in the sense we call that as a clutter signal, clutter echoes. So here the main agenda of this module 3 is we are going to discuss the removing of the clutters echoes. Clutter echo in the sense that is the noise signal it is going to add with the information signal when it is reaching towards that radar. So if I take the radar concept, the radar it is going to transmit the signal, and whenever the radar signal it is hitting to the moving target, the echo signal it will come back to the radar. Whenever the echo signal it come back to the radar, it is going to add with some unwanted noise signal. Those unwanted noise signal either it is coming from the wind, land, weather, sea, all these noise signal it is going to add with the echo signal. So this echo signal, unwanted noise signal, we call that as a clutter echoes. So in order to identify the echo signal of the moving target, we have to reduce the clutter echoes. That is the main agenda of the third module. And here when you come into the types of the radar, we have two types of radar. One is called moving target indicator radar and other one is called pulse Doppler radar. In the moving target indicator radar and pulse Doppler radar, we are going to detect the echo signal by using the Doppler shift frequency signal. The Doppler frequency is nothing but it is a change of the frequency of the echo signal. That is what we are going to discuss in the next slide. The moving target indicator is having pulse repetition frequency is low and it is less ambiguities in the range. But in the pulse Doppler radar it is quite opposite of the MTI radar. The pulse Doppler radar, the pulse repetition frequency is high and it is having more ambiguities in the range. More ambiguity in the range in the sense there is an error in the receiving of the echo signal if there is more distance between the radar and the target. And if I come into the moving target indicator, we know that the equation that is given as for the range unambiguity is equal to C by Fp. Fp is nothing but pulse repetition frequency and C is nothing but that is the speed of the light, that is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Before going to the pulse radar and moving target indicator radar, let us brush up the basic concept called Doppler frequency shift. The Doppler frequency shift is nothing but it is the change of the frequency of the electromagnetic signal that propagates from radar to a moving target and back to the radar. So whenever the radar signal, whenever radar it is transmitted signal to the moving target, the radar signal it is hitting to the moving target, that it will receive the echo signal from the moving target. Whenever it receive the echo signal, in the receiving of the echo signal there will be a change in the frequency. That change of the frequency concept we call that as a Doppler frequency shift. If I take the total phase change in the two-way propagation path, phi is equal to 2 pi into 2r by lambda. Okay, so here if I multiply the total phase in the two-way propagation, it is given as 4 pi r by lambda. R is nothing but range to the target and lambda is nothing but total number of wavelength in two-way path from radar to the target and return. Again the omega d. Okay, omega d is equal to d phi by dt. Okay, if I substitute phi is equal to 4 pi r by lambda, so if I substitute and I get the equation called omega d is equal to 2 pi fd. So here Vr is nothing but radial velocity, that is defined as dr by dt in terms of meter per second, and fd is nothing but Doppler frequency shift, that is given as 2 Vr by lambda. If I replace lambda is equal to c by fr, so after rearranging that equation I get 2 fr Vr by c. If I express the equation in terms of knot, so 1 knot is equal to 0.514 meter per second. If I substitute in the equation, I express the Doppler frequency shift fd is equal to 1.03 Vr is radial velocity by lambda. So in this figure, if I see the radar, it is transmitting the signal and the signal it is hitting to the moving target. Here my concept is the target is always be moving, there is no stationary target. Here we are going to focus only on the moving target. So here the signal it is transmitting from radar to the moving target, and the theta is nothing but that is the angle between the radar signal and the direction of the moving target. V is nothing but velocity of the moving target. Theta is nothing but the angle between the moving target and the radial velocity of the signal. So here, so if I define Vr, radial velocity is equal to V cos theta here. So next is we will discuss the simple concept of the Doppler radar. In the concept of the Doppler radar, this part we call this as a transmitter part and this part we call that as a receiver part. So here in the transmitter signal, here it is continuously transmitting the signal to the antenna, through a parabolic antenna here. So whenever it is transmitting the continuous wave signal to the antenna, parabolic antenna, it will hit to your moving target. After hitting to the moving target, there will be a change in the frequency. So there is change in the frequency is nothing but we call that as a Doppler frequency. Here in the transmitter part, the frequency we call that as a FT, transmitter frequency. After that frequency it is transmitted to the parabolic antenna and it is hitting to the moving target, I am receiving the echo signal. That echo signal nothing but that contains the change of the frequency. So here FD we call that as a Doppler frequency shift. The FT plus or minus FD. If the frequency is more, when the frequency is more, the distance between the target and the antenna is less. At that time the frequency is more. So we are going to add the transmitting frequency plus the Doppler frequency. If the distance between the moving target and the radar is less, so the frequency is less. At that time we are going to perform Ft minus Fd. So here we are mainly focusing on the Doppler frequency shift concept, because the moving target indicator radar we have implemented, or we are going to use, we need to extract this Doppler frequency shift in order to know where the target is. So here whenever I receive the signal from the moving target, I call that as a Ft plus or minus Fd. I am receiving the echo signal through the parabolic antenna. So whenever I receive the echo signal, so at that time there is a leakage occurs at the continuous wave transmitter. That frequency we call that as a Ft. Okay, so whenever I receiving the echo signal, that is nothing but the equation can be expressed as Ft plus or minus Fd. Along with that, I am going to mix with the transmitter frequency. That is, we call that as a transmitter leakage. The transmitter leakage is nothing but it acts as a reference signal, so that it indicates the radar it is receiving the echo signal from the moving target. So after the echo signal it is mixing with the transmitter leakage, here we have to extract the Doppler frequency. Because why we have to extract the Doppler frequency? In that Doppler frequency we will find that there is a change in the frequency of the signal. Whenever there is a change in the frequency of the signal, we will come to know that there is a moving target is present. So that information we want, so that in order to receive the Doppler frequency, we are going to pass the output of the detector to a Doppler frequency. So in the Doppler frequency filter, it will only allow the Doppler frequency components, and it will remove or it will reject the lower frequency components as well as the higher frequency components. Okay, so here the lower frequency components, it contains the leakage signal of your continuous wave transmitter, and in the higher frequency component it contains the radial velocity of the moving target. So that is what we need to extract the Doppler frequency. That is what we are going to fetch. We are going to extract the Doppler frequency in the Doppler filter. This is what the operation of your continuous wave Doppler radar. And next is the pulse radar. In the pulse radar, here we are going to give the continuous wave oscillator output to your power amplifier, because the pulse radar is nothing but here we have to generate the pulse signal here. So if I want to generate the pulse wave, nothing but it has turn on and turn off. So the oscillator it is not able to make, we are not able to make the turn on and turn off of the continuous wave oscillator here. And also that whenever the antenna it is going to receive the echo signal, we need the reference signal, because reference signal is nothing but that is a leakage signal. It will come to know that we receive the echo signal. So for that purpose, the output of the continuous waves, we are going to give input to your power amplifier here. The power amplifier it is going to generate the pulse waveform by adding with the output of the pulse modulator. The job of the pulse modulator is nothing but it will make the turn on and turn off. Whenever the pulse modulator is turned on, it will allow the continuous wave oscillator through the duplexer, and from the duplexer it is radiated the signal to the antenna. And similarly, whenever the pulse modulator is off, it will not allow to transmit the continuous wave oscillator through the antenna. Okay, so here this part we call this is a transmitter part of the pulse radar. Similarly, this part we call that as a receiver part of the pulse radar. and duplexer is nothing but that is a act as a interface between transmitter part as well as the receiver part. And whenever there is a receiving of the echo signal through the receiver, the duplexer it will send the echo signal to the receiver. So in the receiver, here it is going to add up the echo signal along with the reference signal. So here whenever the receiver is receiving the echo signal, the reference signal is nothing but it acts as a leakage transmitter signal. In order to come to know that there is a echo signal present in the receiver. So after that it will pass to the Doppler filter. In the Doppler filter it will extract the Doppler frequency by eliminating the low frequency component as well as the high frequency component. So this is what about we discussed about the continuous wave radar and the simple pulse radar. And in the next session we will discuss about the moving target indicator radar. Thank you.